Hello everyone, this is Sobi Hero and welcome to my first ever top 10 best Hong Kong movie logos. In this video, we're going to rank the best nostalgic Hong Kong movie logos. 10 years ago, I started loving Hong Kong movie logos ever since Dire 398 and Cruise Ship have have gotten my attention. I really want to thank them for getting me into logo presentations like they do, because without them, I would have made YouTube a lot more better with the best content that I'm great at. To show my greatest gratitude, after 10 years, we're going to rank on the greatest Hong Kong movie logos. How did I like them? Well, by the themes, the animation, and even the text themselves, whether the background is in dipped blue with a black background or just a black background. So, how are we supposed to figure out which ranks the number one? Well, we'll just find out as we get through the presentation. Also, after this presentation, please stay tuned for more content that's coming up. I know you guys were preparing for 2 more things going on, so stay tuned for more. Also, disclaimer, all of these logos represented belong to each of the Hong Kong film distributors, so Fantasia Project claims no ownership to any of them. So please support the official releases by watching any of the movies either by home media and or streaming services when available. So, without further ado, let us begin this wonderful presentation. And also, happy Thanksgiving, everybody! And let's get this feast on for everyone. Let's go! Starting off with number 10, GoGo Film Productions Company Limited. Starting in number 10 brings us this. It starts with the logo that is a film camera that's pacing like 2 to 3 steps and then turns around and then shifts into a logo that it's a GoGo. Then the glowing lines flow horizontally and then forms the rest of the logos of the text. I have to say, the animation and even the music itself really got my attention way back 10 years ago. Even the black background dipped in blue really becomes the cherry on top of this logo, which I consider this as the number 10 of our spot. Number 9, Gia's Motion Picture HK Co. Number 9 begins with these neon lights that careens toward the black background. Then it shifts into a red J, and then it spells the film onto to the left. Then the rest is the text. So I have to say, the music is all over every logo you can possibly think of. It's catchy, but enjoyable. No wonder it became uh, either stolen or even used, whichever you want to say, to some other companies to be slapped into their logos. Overall, I enjoy this logo. Really great. So, we're moving on. Number 8, Boho Films Company Limited. Number 8 brings us the Boho logo. It begins with a huge yellow logo from a space background coming at us like it's like the V of Doom. Then even more of those coming into a black background, and then it stops in the center, and then the rest comes, the entire text. I gotta say, this one has some nightmare rating on it. Whether it does, or I should say it's like high on the nightmare rating. So that's how Boho really represents of how much it is. This one was really scary back then when I first saw it, which is why I ranked this as number 8 on our spot. Number 7, Golden Cinema City Video Distribution Limited. Number 7 is one of my favorites. It has this amazing tune that I always listen to that every day. But let's talk about the animation. It begins with lines, starts to form together in a black background. Then it shows the G and the C, like it's like shooting arrows coming from the right. Also, it glows, and then the rest shows the text of what the company is. So I have to say, this logo really caught my attention back then. And wow, did Cinema City really evolve into Golden Cinema City the way Golden Frieza is from Dragon Ball Super? Well, who knows? Regardless, that's Golden Cinema City, making this number 7 on the spot. Number 6, Boho Film Productions Limited. Last year, I've encountered this as number 6 on the spot. The first logo I saw, it was like a pink text with a black background. But this one, however, wow, this is totally what you call a logo. It begins with a flashing glow into the black background, and then the logo swerves into the center, and then the rest forms the text. Wow, sparkly, isn't it? Talk about better than the other one that was pure silence with the pink text and the black background. Let us talk about the music. The music is really beautiful. It's very catchy. I listen to it every time I wanted to see that logo. This is why I ranked this one in number 6. Wow, talk about improvement. Number 5. Impact Films Investment Limited. Next we have is Nick Lang's personal favorite. I have to say, Impact has a great tune, and also the logo forming together. You have these several golden lines plus 3 golden polygon shapes that really represent themselves. How shining it is. I guess Nick really loves that logo and how much it was so catchy for him. Same with me. I know I keep saying catchy all the time, but that's how these Hong Kong logos are all about. Catchy, enjoyable, and lovable all the way. Which is why this one deserves number 5 on our list. This marks 10 years of enjoying Impact Film investment. Oh yeah. Number 4, Rising Dragon Video and Film Productions. Here we have this one logo that really creeped me out. It starts off with the words forming an arch while you hear the sound of typewriting. And then the next thing, we have two shapes forming a logo as the music begins to intensify and then brings in this creepy tune on it. Like, wow. Never all my years I've ever encountered something that really caught me off guard. Regardless, I find the logo really cool. Yeah, I would say that it is cool for good reasons of why is it called Rising Dragon, and that's exactly how it represents. I'm glad that I come across this logo ever since last year, and props to Dyer 398, making this at number 4 of the spot. Number 3, Golden Way Films Limited. Here is another of my favorite logo ever. This is really related towards Golden Harvest, but now it's called Golden Way Films Limited. It begins with the Golden Harvest logo inside this wireframe globe, and then this shows this orange star going to the center of these black background dipped with blue, and the bottom looks like the road. Then it shapes into a brand new logo called Golden Way Films Limited. Wow. Any logo like this, we truly adore. The music, once again, it's beautiful. Even Golden Harvest managed to get that tune and add it to the film. It's called Project A Part 2. Golden Way Films, we all enjoy that as long as we live, making this a number 3 of our spot. Number 2, Magic Productions Company. Coming in number 2 is one of the most epic logos ever done before that I've seen since last year. The logo begins with film strips everywhere, and then comes the light, flashes at your face, and boom! And you're riding along inside where film strips everywhere becomes a tunnel, just like a roller coaster riding on a CG polygon shape. Then it gets to the black background, and then comes to the end of the music with the rest of the logos representing themselves. Talk about making an entrance all the way to the end. The music itself is totally epic. You really wanted to hear that every time. It is like you want to do any sideshow projects, and this will be your only intro. Magic Productions Company is personally my favorite, and it's always at number 2 of this countdown. Let's get on to the end and find out what's number 1. Before we get to number 1, let's take a look of the best honorable mentions. And the number one best Hong Kong movie logo goes to Golden Harvest number 2 logo. Finally, at the number 1 pick is the Golden Harvest logo's second logo. I knew it, you knew it, we all knew it. The logo begins with a white line forming a G all the way around, and then forming an H, and then inside the line comes the red line, and then all the way at the end it shows the pattern of the wheat, which I find it very cute with those sounds. Even the music itself totally represents how Golden Harvest is about, especially that it's coming from 1972 all the way to 78. For the time, it was a great and second best logo that Golden Harvest has to represent itself to us. I know many people prefer the next logo that has that the orange square that shapes like a G and then goes shrink into the black background and then forms the rest. That's what everybody is known to remember that logo. I like that version of it, though this one in particular, I take it as my number 1 pick as my favorite Hong Kong movie logo of all time. Thank you guys for watching this. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you all next month for Christmas. And now, time for the announcements. And a special thanks